Let me ask you a serious question to all the CEOs listening. Have you already claimed your R&D tax credit? Or are you about to leave 6 or 7 figures on the table without even knowing it? Because something massive changed in 2025. In most small and mid-sized business owners, they have no idea what just opened up. This isn't hype. This isn't a loophole. This is Congress doing exactly what Congress does, writing laws to change behavior. And right now, that behavior is innovation. If you know other CEOs or have friends who are CEOs with employees who are constantly innovating, you want to invite them to listen to this episode. This is the last episode of 2025 with your host, Carlos Siqueira, aka Carlos Inspire. Before we go any further, a little quick disclaimer. I know that is lame, but I gotta drop a disclaimer. This episode is for educational purposes only. This is not tax, legal, or financial advice. I'm not acting as your CPA or tax advisor. Eligibility for R&D tax credits depends on your specific facts, and it must be reviewed by appropriately licensed tax professionals. Always consult your CPA before making any tax decisions. Now let's get into it. Let's rewind the clock. 3 years ago, a distillery buys a new still for $20,000. Under the old rules, they had to amortize that cost over 5 years. Slow, painful, drip by drip. But fast forward to now, because of the recent tax law changes that took effect in 2025, businesses may now be able to accelerate deductions tied to qualified research expenses instead of waiting years. That's real cash flow. That's oxygen. That's payroll. That's survival. And it's not just distilleries. We are seeing this across agriculture, breweries and wineries, manufacturing, software development, construction, when it's truly innovative. This is why people are calling it a modern day R&D tax credit gold rush. Not because the credit's new, but because small businesses can finally use it the way large corporations have for decades. Here's something most people don't understand. Congress writes laws to incentivize behavior. You probably heard the rule that allow business owners to write off vehicles over 6,500 pounds. The intention was trucks, but guess what else weighs over 6,500 pounds? Bentleys. Was that the intent? Maybe not. But the law allowed it. Same thing here. Congress wants innovation. Congress wants jobs. Congress wants growth. And when Congress writes the law is the law. If your business qualifies under the rules, you don't need permission. You need documentation. And here's something that we use called the 4-part test. Everything comes down to what's called the IRS 4-part test. And every business we evaluate must pass all four. Number one, permitted purpose. Are you developing or improving a product, process, software, technique, or formula? Number two, technological in nature. Does it rely on real science, engineering, chemistry, biology, or computer science? Number three, elimination of uncertainty. Were you solving a technical unknown, something you didn't know would work? Number four, process of experimentation. Did you test, iterate, fail, adjust, and try again? This is where a lot of people get tripped up. Just being in healthcare doesn't qualify. Just being in construction doesn't qualify. Just being in business doesn't qualify. You must be doing something unique and different. This is the part that blows people's minds. Qualified research expenses, QREs, they can include up to roughly 80% of wages for employees working on qualified R&D, up to 65% of US based subcontractors, 100% of consumable supplies used that year, certain cloud computing costs, especially in software. If you pay an employee $100,000 a year and they spend most of their time solving technical problems, that salary suddenly matters in a very different way. And no, you don't need to be a Silicon Valley tech company. Agriculture qualifies, manufacturing qualifies, brewers, wineries, distilleries qualify, software qualifies, even some construction qualifies. Here's the part that I love. There is no upfront cost to find out if you qualify. First, eligibility is checked. Then data is input. Then a full 30 to 60 page audit ready study is created for you at no cost. Only if a credit is generated do businesses move forward. And even then, they keep the majority of the benefit. This is not guessing. This is a documented process. This is built to withstand audits. And here's what most CPAs don't even bring up. 36 states and Puerto Rico also offer R&D credits. Some state credits even exceed the federal benefit. Rules vary by state. Documentation matters. But this is real money many businesses never even ask about. So here's my invitation and recommendation. If you are a CEO or founder and you wanted to see whether your business qualifies for a R&D tax credits, email me to info@carlosinspire.com. The words R&D tax credits. Again, that is info@carlosinspire.com. Just send me a quick email, R&D tax credits. You can also DM me on Instagram @carlosinspire or LinkedIn, Carlos Siqueira, the words R&D tax credits. We will schedule a complimentary strategy session with our tax experts to determine eligibility. No pressure, no obligation, no guessing, just clarity. Small businesses are the economic engine of this country. These programs exist because Congress in the United States wants to use them. The only real risk, doing nothing. And inaction is an active decision. Thank you for listening. This is the final episode of 2025. I appreciate every single one of you, every like, every follow, every review on the carlosinspireshow.com, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on iHeartRadio, every follow on Instagram where we are growing so rapidly, finishing the year with over 61,000 followers, and on LinkedIn, another 18,000 as of the end of 2025. And for that, we are really grateful. Most of the money we monetize on social media, we use to donate to people facing hunger on the streets. And for that, my friends, my CEOs, followers, and raving fans, we are truly grateful because you know the drill. Life is all about the mission, never the commission. And when we are feeling down, the underdogs, the pressure, like giving up, like you don't see a light on the end of the tunnel, you're always going to remember your brother Carlos, 7 years old, selling bread on the streets. Because the days that breaks us are truly the days that makes us. I wish every single one of you much love, health, wealth, and a very prosperous 2026. Let's get out there and make it happen. Much love.